right after Michael retires and he comes back with the Wizards, it's very obvious everybody still holds that Bulls dynasty in the highest of regards. And then the Shaq and Kobe Lakers come around, and Kobe is trying to do his best Michael Jordan impersonation and getting ripped for it. Yes, Kobe was great, but early in Kobe's career, people are ripping Kobe for being too much like Michael Jordan. And there really isn't a dynasty through the 2000s that captures people's imaginations like the Bulls dynasty. Shaq and Kobe came closest, but then you had the Spurs throughout the 2000s, and they would win championships, but nobody was ever head over heels about them. And then we get to the LeBron Miami Heat, and they're really hated at first. The not one, not two, not three, that stuff really put a lot of people off. And the Heat only end up winning 2 championships as well in 4 years. Then LeBron takes off for Cleveland again. And still, we are 15 years removed. And what is the narrative? You'll never be like Michael. You'll never be like the Bulls. 6 championships, 8 years, 6-0 in the finals. You'll never be the Bulls. You'll never be Michael. And there is a generation of people that will always say this, that you'll never be Michael, you'll never be Michael. I mean, those people are so obviously vocal in this whole LeBron and Michael debate. You know, I grew up in an era of Michael Jordan. I don't really fall into that camp because they're 2 totally different players. And while Michael's the greater winner, LeBron is the greater overall player. He's able to do things that Michael could never do. He's a much better passer. He's an incredible rebounder. He's a triple-double machine, things that Michael could never do. So I don't think it's really even a conversation to have the greater player. But there's definitely that din of folks that defend Michael to the hilt, that he is the greatest player of all time, the GOAT, and you can't say anything about it to them. And I think you're right. As LeBron wore on in his career, it became more of a conversation where you could realistically have LeBron as the better player. And Michael realized the passage of time, hey, a reminder of what we were, a reminder of what we went through, a reminder because now time has passed long enough to where there's a generation of kids that don't know Michael and the Bulls. I mean, let's face it, if you're 14 years old now and you love Steph Curry, you've got no idea about the Bulls. If you're 20 years old and you love LeBron, you've got no idea about Michael and the Bulls. You've seen it on YouTube maybe and NBA TV, but you don't really know. I think you're right. This was about Michael seizing a moment in history where he felt that maybe he was slipping a little bit in the GOAT pantheon and wanted to remind everybody under the age of 20 of what he and that Bulls team did.